say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And good evening, race fans. Welcome back to Turn 3 Racing Network. We're bringing you all the action here live tonight from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This 1.5 mile cookie cutter getting ready to serve up the first race of the round of 12. With me as always, my good friend Rick Hammond Jr. Rick, how are you tonight?
Hey, buddy, I'm doing great. It is Sunday night. We're in sunny Las Vegas, man. I'm excited.
Yes, we are definitely in that Las Vegas area. We also have with us tonight, although, well, not for very much longer here, it's going to be Terry Foster. Terry, what's going on, pal?
Then there was 12, guys. Then there was 12. Man, I ran this track. I feel good. I'm going to try to run it. If I can't last the whole race, I will be back in with you guys here after a bit, maybe.
All
But
right.
if we could, let's go ahead and do this good walk, man. Give me Nick Akia, please. Nick, Terry, Chris, Rick, you got me?
On away from keyboard.
Is he?
There it is.
There. Hey,
All right, I was away. I just got back to the computer, fellas. What's up?
hey man, thanks for joining me. Just real quick, hey, I want to welcome you to Blazing Pedals admin side of things. Now I need you to put your admin hat on. You've been here all season. I want your feelings on how you think the league has come so far this year.
I think the league has made leaps and bounds this year as far as drivers being more respectful around each other, some more give and take as we've seen right around the middle of the season is really when I saw the turning point. It's just it's a great community, Blazing Pedals. Racing with these great guys out here, having fun, battling, racing hard, respectfully. It's an honor to be a part of it.
Well, I tell you what, man, I'm glad you're here with us. That's awesome to have you here. Now put your driver hat back on, buddy. You got knocked out last week. I hope you're planning on running the rest of these races with us.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna finish out the season. My expectations this year were to just get top 15, and I managed to get in the playoffs, make it to the second round. So I'm ecstatic about that. It's a win for me this year. I've improved my skill and consistency's getting better. So yeah, I'm happy with it so far, and I plan on being here till the end.
Awesome, man. Well, man, I tell you what, I really look forward to working with you come off season. You know, when we do a lot of our stuff, and got that extra set of eyes on the track now. So I appreciate being here with me tonight, and I'll let you get back down there to practice. I'll be out there in a minute. I think I'm going to try to run this thing tonight, bud.
All right, thanks, Terry. I appreciate it. And real quick, I'd like to give a shout out to TRJ Karting and Michael Falk Racing Designs. Thank Chris and Rick, the admins, and Mark for giving us these great setups to give some good competitive racing.
10-4, I'm with you, brother.
Bye, bud.
Bye.
That was Nick Okie. And Terry, there's now you're telling us about some sort of surprise. Not even we know about it.
Nope, nobody knows but me. It was kind of a last-minute thing that I got into. So actually, it's two kind of special guests. It's both you guys. I want your opinion on how we've ran this so far, this league, this season. I mean, you guys have seen every race. I mean, I want you guys' honest opinion of what's going on with Blazing Fellows in your eyes.
Rick, why don't you go ahead there?
Yeah, I'll go first. So obviously, the beginning of the season, I mean, we've dealt with you guys now for quite a few seasons, and, it's always great racing, Terry. This season, it got off to a little rocky start, and but I think you guys did a pretty good job. I mean, you've worked a lot of things out. You got rid of some drivers, had some drivers, talk to and calm down. And since the midpoint of the race, man, I mean, the race season has been fabulous.
Yeah, my sentiments are going to kind of echo Rick's, so I'm not going to get into that. I agree with everything that Rick said. I'm going to go a step further, and I'm going to say how proud I am to be a part of the growth of this league. It's been absolutely amazing. Here we are. We're going into a round of 12. We still have 20 drivers signed up for the race. That right there is huge. If you guys haven't run in a league or any type of racing at all, look, there's a point where you're kind of out there, and I'm not going to say you're wasting your time because there's still fun to be had, but you're kind of wasting your time. But these guys are still coming out week after week, and they're doing it for each other. They're doing it for their admins, and they're doing it for the league. To me, that's community. And so I think Mark's grand plan of having a community has been solidified. It has happened.
And I tell you what, speaking on behalf of the admin and all the Blazing Pedals, we couldn't be more proud of you guys being in there with us every day. And I mean, my hat's off to you guys from Blazing Pedals. We love you guys. Hope you stick it out for a while with us. So, and Chris, you done something to me a couple weeks ago. You threw it back to me without me knowing it. Paybacks for a bitch, aren't they?
Yeah, but see, he made me go first. So.
Yeah, I had the opportunity. Rick knows what I'm doing over here on, so I had the opportunity. I had a good excuse, and I had to go second tonight.
No, that's fine. So, guys, I am going. Like I said, I'm going to run this as much as I can. I am uncomfortable right now driving. I'm going to try to get this race done, man. I've had some good lap times. I want to see what I can do. The car feels great, man, on its setup. Tires do go away. About 20 laps or so you got to protect them tires tonight.
Well, I'm happy to see your car out there. It's going to be nice to see the 86 out there again. Right now, sitting in fourth on the speed chart, short practice here. Listen, you got about 38 seconds left here. Get out there. Good luck, buddy, but don't overdo it. You know that you're more than welcome to pop up here if anything happens, but enjoy the race, buddy.
All right, thanks, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, good luck to you, Terry.
Thanks.
Terry Foster, driver of the number 86, going to make a much anticipated return to the track just to kind of see if he can here tonight. Rick, I'm looking at Brian D's car. Well, he stuck with the Mountain Dew, but man, he changed it up.
I was kind of, Brian and I, we talked a little bit during this week since Bristol there last week, and he's like, I think the Dew crew, I think the magic has worn off, and I was like, well, you could always go with like RC Cola, but no, he stuck with the Dew, changed it up a little bit, and I'm excited to see what that 17 can do here tonight.
Based on last year's performance, we know the Dew crew can get it done, so let's see what happens. And that is the end of practice here from Las Vegas. We're getting ready to go qualifying. We've got 10 minutes of open qualifying tonight, and that is coming up right around the corner. Just waiting to see who's going to step a toe out there, Rick. And, oh, my goodness, yeah, they're all going to come. It looks like Don Kilrow Gonna be one of the first drivers out there. The first driver, though, it's the 88, the TRJKarting.com number 88 Chevrolet, driven by Jamie Walker.
And quickly, Chris, we haven't really talked much about it there, but obviously we are here at Las Vegas. It is the round of 12, race number 1 of the round of 12. So these guys got 2 other races here for the round of 12. Then it's going to get cut down to 8. But right now, man, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Here we are, man. 165 lap stage racing tonight. Stage 1 going to end on lap 41. Stage 2, 91. So going to be really interesting to see how this goes. Now, we already heard from Terry that it goes to about 20 laps or so, 20 to 30 on fuel, but only 20 laps on tires. So these guys, 3 sets of tires. It's going to get interesting right now. It is looking nice out there, though, Chris. Let me tell you, it's 78 degrees, but that track temperature, I want to see what this is going to do, because we're going to be transitioning into the nighttime here a little bit. But right now, during qualifying, that track's sitting at 88 degrees.
Yes, it is. And as you said, air temperature 78. Very comfortable out there in Vegas. We're going to see how the car's set. And right now, we've got a couple of drivers that have taken their first qualifying lap and got time for it. And oh my goodness, look at it change. Derek Paulson right now going to be the top guy, but it's changed a lot. Aaron Bockover comes in, knocks him down. My Rick, you can't even keep up with it. There are some fast times coming across the board right now for the TRJKarting.com Blazing Pedals K&N Series, brought to you tonight right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And Rick, you did mention something. We're going to take a quick moment to take a peek at it, because this is the first night, the round of 12. So let's see who our 12 drivers are that we need to kind of, I don't want to say we want to pay more attention to them, but we do have to keep a mindful eye out that these guys are in the hunt for a championship. Look, we're going to go backwards. 12th spot in points right now, Corey Rutherford. John Perkins sits in 11th. Aaron Bockover in 10th. Corey Sherman in 9th. Then it's Brian Dees 8th. Timer Roscoe 7th. And then the next 6 drivers have all won a race here this season. It is Ian Habiak, Rick Thompson, Derek Paulson, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Dalton Kilroe, and Jamie Walker up on top of that board. That's what we're looking at as far as drivers here tonight. Of course, we'll be looking at all of the drivers, all 20 of them, who are getting ready to come out and show us a good time here around Las Vegas. It's going to be a good race. I actually like Vegas quite a bit. It's one of my favorite cookie cutters, and I don't even know why. I've done well here, I guess. I guess we'll do that. Ian Habiak right now, 5th quickest out there. His best lap time is a 30.99. That ties up with Derek Paulson and Taylor the Butcher Benjamin and Derek Paulson. It's a 4-way tie for best laps out there. 3rd back to 5th. Excuse me. A 3rd back to 6th. We're going to include Eric Garrison in that 30.99 time slot.
And of course, right now, still sitting on the pole, that's that 44 driver, TNA Motorsports' Aaron Bockover, with a 30.919.
Well, during practice, Terry Foster was the quickest of the TNA drivers out there, but right now, Aaron Bockover, the quickest of them all. But Bockover found something, and it is working. Brad Collins out there. He too has found something, Rick. He's running 7th quickest out there. His best lap time, a 31.01 that he just ran. So Brad Collins going to bring it down pit road. How about another 31.01? It's Rick Thompson. These guys, this is unbelievable. You have 30.99 times 4. You have a 31.01 times 3 for the next 3 spots. Then it's a 31.03, a 31.04, a 31.05, up to 12th position. These guys are running really close here tonight.
Yeah, they really are. And actually, Jamie Walker almost knocked off. And I say almost. There was still a little ways to go. But Walker now sitting in 2nd, that 88 TRJKarting.com Chevy, 30.929. And he just passed it, Chris, going around. So right now, Walker's sitting on the pole with a 30.872.
872. Jamie Walker's time. Aaron Bockover relegated to the outside pole as of right now. A little less than 5 minutes to go. How about Eric Garrison? Garrison looking good out there. And Jamie Walker is putting it down now. He is building up a bunch of speed. Ian Habiuk out there in that TRJKarting.com Toyota Camry. Ian's running 8th quickest here in the speed chart so far. Terry Foster, he was quick in the practice, Rick, but I think maybe he talked too much because right now he's sitting at 16th on the speed charts. So has yet to find that speed that he was showing us here in qualifying, in the practice. But well, we're going to see if he can crank it up here. He's coming out here with fresh tires. Going to see if he can burn off a quick lap. Cheap Tobacco, number 86 for Terry Foster.
I miss seeing that car. I'm glad that it's out there on track.
Look yeah, buddy. Ooh, we go. The 6 in trouble into the wall. Derek Paulson.
Of course, you know, when we talk to Terry, Chris, I mean, obviously he's been up here in the booth with us for the last couple of weeks, has an issue with his foot. And, you know, so decided to rest it a little bit there for the rest of the season. He's going to get it looked at and taken care of during the off season, Chris. But, you know, I think he was doing a smart thing. And, you know, when we talked to him, he said that he was feeling a little discomfort right now. So that could come into play also. You know, maybe he's adjusting the way that his foot's on the pedal. You know, I mean, you and I, we got back into racing. I know we've had the last couple of weeks off due to family issues. But, you know, I mean, I don't know about you, man, but when I'm done on Tuesday nights, in the 87 cars, I mean, my legs still hurt. I mean, you know, getting used to it again. And, you know, you do lose that a little bit if you're off. So obviously Terry, maybe with a little discomfort, not as fast as he was out there, but hey, listen, it's 165 laps here tonight. Anything can happen.
Yeah, right now he was able to pick up one spot up to 15th quickest, a 31.03. He's got 4 31.01s in front of him in speed chart, Rick.
He does. You know, honestly, he's not that far back, Chris, from, let's say, Collins in the 11. Collins' total time right now is a 31.008. He is tied right now with Maher sitting there in the 19th car in 12th position. And you got Perkins with a 31.010, who's also tied with Thompson in the 76 there with a 31.010. And then you got Foster, so he's not that far behind. I mean, he could definitely jump up a couple spots, but looking at what TNA is doing, I mean, Aaron Bockover very strong here in qualifying, still taking that outside of the pole there in second place. So then you got Terry, and of course we haven't seen the Shermanator hit the track at all tonight here in the 3 yet.
Yeah, kind of quiet here during qualifying, and you know, that's not so different than normal for Corey lately. He's been kind of starting in the back and working his way up through the field, trying to be quiet about it, trying to sneak up on everybody, and well, that's one way to do it.
You know, speaking really quickly of Corey, I saw today he is the owner of Savage Edge Graphics, folks. Go and check them out on Facebook. He had a really cool commercial about all the different things that he can do. If you're looking for t-shirts, sweatshirts, you know, koozies, you name it, he can pretty much put a logo on anything. So definitely hit up Savage Edge Graphics. And of course, that's the owner of the number 3, Corey the Shermanator Sherman. Had a really cool commercial out there that I posted on my Facebook page.
Well, with just over 30 seconds to go, we're going to step away, pay a bill. When we come back, it's going to be Gentlemen, Start Your Engine time right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. All right, we are back getting ready to go here as the grid is starting to form up. That means we need to listen to the young man, Ethan Habiak.
Driver, start engines.
And they have started those engines for you tonight, Ethan, getting ready to go. Let's take a look at our qualifying results and our racing grid here tonight. On the pole, going to be starting his number 88 in that first and most, look, that's an important place to be here tonight. That 30.872 got him there. It's going to be the 88 of Jamie Walker. To his outside, it's the 44 out of TNA Motorsports Camp of Aaron Bockover. Ian Habiak picks up a third starting spot in his number 16 TRJKarting.com Toyota. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin going to be starting his 10 car in fourth position. Then it's Eric Garrison in the 15, going to be starting fifth. In sixth, it's the 41 out of Top Flight Racing. It's Dalton Kilrow. Starting in seventh spot tonight, it's a work in progress racing machine. The number 55 of Corey Rutherford. In eighth position, S&M Motorsports. Number 17 of Brian Dees. Speed Mafia kicks off the 22 in ninth position tonight with Brad Collins at the helm. Ty Morosco going to be starting to his outside in the S&M Motorsports number 1, Rick.
And then in 11th place, it's Top Flight Racing driver Derek Paulson in the 6th. On his outside, the Speed Mafia driver, the number 33 of John Perkins in 12. Tanner Marr qualified to 19th. In 13th position on his outside, Speed Mafia driver Rick Thompson in the 76, going to be starting 14th. Terry DeMan Foster, TNA Motorsports driver number 86, going to be starting in 15th. Casey Campbell, Speed Mafia 73, is going to be starting in 16th. Work in progress driver Joshua Rutherford in the 64, going to be starting in 17th. On his outside is going to be TNA Motorsports other driver, that's the 3 of Corey the Shermanator Sherman in 18th. Fred Thompson qualified his Speed Mafia number 46 in 19th position. And rounding out that field, Chris, well, we talked to him during the grid walk, is the 9 5-horse motorsports driver Nick Okie, going to be starting out in 20th.
Now Okie going to start right out there in that 20th position, as you said, Rick, and the formation lap is underway. The pace car tonight going to be a, I believe, I didn't even see it. Boy.
6
it
horsepower.
is. It's the 600 horsepower Ford Mustang GT Mach 1 Boss 302.
Being pushed around the track by a couple of Chevys right behind him.
There's no contact there, Rick.
There doesn't have to be contact. The power of the Chevys. See, look at that. Pushed it right off onto pit road. We're getting ready to go green here. Jamie Walker on the inside, Eric Bach over the outside. Look at the restart that the start that Jamie Walker got. And look at Ian Habiak, his teammate, right behind him, Chris, battling for second right now.
Yeah, it's a side-by-side battle for second, and Ian Habiak's going to take it over. Here comes the 10 of the Butcher. The Butcher going to try and take it over. Baron Bockover stuck early on in this one to the outside. The Butcher trying to take advantage of that inside line. Going to dump it down into turn 3. The 10 of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin takes away a spot from the 44. Can he stop the bleeding? He's going to work his way back in line. And Aaron Bockover goes from second to fourth in just the first lap. Here we are working lap number 2, and you don't have to look very far before you see side-by-side action. It's happening here for 5th spot. Brian Dees to the inside of the 41, Dalton Kilrow, and takes away a spot. So top 7 drivers nose to tail right up until, oh man, Bockover says, no, I'm going to try and do this outside thing again. And here comes Brian D. He's going to try and make him pay one more time. Down on the apron, and Bockover led that way all the way around that lap. Now Dees drops it down into the turn 1 and 2 corner, and Dees takes that spot over from Aaron Bockover. Now down 3 spots from the beginning of this one.
Well, look at the guy who's sitting in second right now, Chris. That is the TRJKarting.com Toyota Camry of Ian Habiak right now. Just posted a wicked fast lap of 30.94.
Yeah, fastest lap time of the race so far. Out of the 16, Ian Habiak, and he is gaining ground on Jamie Walker. Man, is he gaining ground. He dives down to the inside. Turn 1, the battle on for the race lead. Ian Habiak takes it over, and Taylor, the Butcher Benjamin, may be trying to follow him through. The Butcher now down to the inside in turn number 3. Jamie Walker stuck to the outside. The Butcher looking to try and take it at the line. Can't quite get there. This time by. Off from the apron now, the Butcher comes, getting ready for turn number 1. He's going to try and pull back up. Can't do it. The Butcher hangs back. Behind him, Rick, it's Brian Dees.
Yeah, Brian Dees definitely working his way up through the field, Chris, up 4 positions from the green flag, sitting in that coveted 4th place right now. But man, you know, a couple of weeks ago, we heard that Ian had a malfunction on a piece of his racing equipment, and he actually had to go to a buddy's house to use, you know, to race that night. And then I'm not sure what he's using now, but Tim obviously set him up with something good.
Jamie Walker trying to fight back against his teammate here for the race lead. These two have been 1 and 2 for a little while. Walker now down to the inside, heading down the backstretch. The 88 trying to tune it in for turn 3, and Ian Habiak lets it fly. They punch through turns 3 and 4. Habiak going to hold on to the race lead. Nothing the 88 can do about it, as the momentum sticks with young Habiak around this racetrack. Habiak has led few laps now, Rick, and Dad is probably pretty happy about it, although it looks like his teammate might be searching again down the backstretch.
But, you know, Chris, we talked to Terry about, you know, the past and future of Blazing Pedals, and watching, you know, we said that we like watching people grow and the whole league grow. And, you know, watching the kid, now we call him the Hurricane because he's not really a kid anymore. You know, look at tonight. I mean, he's out here. He led a bunch of laps here. He's got his teammate in front of him. He's learning and growing season after season, and it's good to see.
Right now, the kid, I still call him the kid. I think I always will. Ian Habiak on the outside. The Butcher looking to the inside, trying to take over second spot. They go through turns 3 and 4. The Butcher hangs it down to the inside. Watch the kid, as he was up front for a little while, may have hurt those tires, Rick. You're going to have to keep an eye out on. And we know these tires go away at about lap number 20 or so, according to Terry. So, yeah, we're halfway there.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be interesting to see there what happens, Chris. But right now, Jamie Walker leading the pack here around Las Vegas. Ian Habiak in second. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in third. Brian Dees in fourth. Aaron Bockover dropped 3 position. He is sitting in the top 5 still, though. Then we got Dalton Kilroy, who's been holding it steady there in the 6th position. Ty Morosco up 3 in 7th position, with Derek Paulson also up 3 in 8th. Brad Collins been hanging on to the 22 there in 9th place since the green flag has dropped. And we got a little battle here for 10th between John Perkins and Eric Garrison. Garrison has it for right now in the 15th position. Or, yeah, in the 15 car in 10th position. There we go. With John Perkins in the 33 up 1 position into 11th. Rick Thompson in the 76 up 2 positions. He's sitting in 12th right now, with Tanner Marr in the 19th, holding it steady on the 13 position. Dropped 4 positions, the 55. Corey Rutherford sitting in 14th, with Terry DeMan Foster still in 15th in the 86. Casey Campbell in the 73 and 16th. Corey the Shermanator Sherman has gone up 1 position. He's in 17th right now in that 3 machine. Joshua Rutherford down 1, sitting in 18th, with Fred Thompson in 19th, and Nick Okie rounding out the field in 20th.
Back up front, it is Jamie Walker, and once he took the lead back, he's starting to separate just a little bit. 0.7 of a second is the gap between himself and Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Right now, Ian Habiak on that outside, and he is starting to slide backwards a little bit. May have damaged those tires a little bit, or just needs them to cool off. Not sure what's going on with the 16, but down 3 spots here from when he was leading this race. Some of these guys, Rick, I have a feeling they are just saving tires. I'm looking at the scoring and timing, and one of those guys I think is just saving tires. It's the 15 of Eric Garrison. He's down 5 spots since the beginning of this race. He's kind of hanging out at the bottom, and I believe he's quicker than that. Corey Rutherford, another one of those guys who may be just out there running some laps, trying to let it roll, as he is down 8 spots. We see Terry Foster goes around him, picks up 14th position. And that is a pretty good race update. Now let's take a peek here, because it looks like the one of Ty Morosco is starting to maybe catch Derek Paulson, and he might have a run here on the outside going down the front stretch. The one of Ty Morosco looking to set for turn number 1. The 6 drops it down to the inside. Derek Paulson holding on to that white line and then lets it float up right in front of Ty Morosco. Man, that was close.
You know, the 6 under a new paint scheme here this week. MF Designs made him a nice one, man. I mean, that screams the Valvoline to me, Chris, and I love seeing that car out there on track.
Yeah, I thought it was a Valvoline car at first, and then I looked at it again. Nice kind of throwback there. I dig it. Dig it. Aaron Bockover right now being scored in the 6th spot. Dalton Kilrow was able to get around him. Kilrow maybe starting the march up towards the front. We haven't talked about it yet, but this is stage racing. Ladies and gentlemen, the first stage going to end at the end of lap number 40. And right now, it is Jamie Walker leading the way in his number 88. That TRJKarting.com Chevrolet has certainly led the way here a lot of times this season, and he's looking to do it again. Behind him, it is a battle for second spot as Brian Dees pushes down into the corner, and the 17 on the back stretch has a little bit of momentum heading into turn 3. Taylor, the Butcher Benjamin, going to try and hold on to that outside lane. The 17 starts to slide it up just a little bit. They're neck and neck going down the front stretch. The 17 has him by a nose at the line.
So, Chris, I talked about it a little bit there during qualifying. That track temperature was at 88 degrees. Already starting to cool off. It is down 2 degrees to 86. So, track's going to come into play here a little bit as these guys start racing, and the race actually transitions to the nighttime. So, going to be very interesting. But you're right, Brian D is doing a heck of a job there. Came out of 3, now out of 4. He's starting to chase down Jamie Walker right now.
Well, he's got a little ways to go. Walker with an 0.8 of a second lead over Brian Dees and Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Ian Habiak holds on to that 4th position with Dalton Kilrow and Aaron Bockover behind. Here comes Derek Paulson now taking a peek to the inside. Couldn't make it stick, so he drops back in line. Now sneaks down below again. Paulson not sure where he wants to be on track right now. We got one vehicle, it looks like. Look, wow, well, we saw smoke, but that's not true. What we were really seeing was some net code or something.
A little bit of blink here, son.
Yeah.
So big news, Chris. The 6 down pit road right now. So he just dropped down to last position, which is in 20th right now.
Wow, that is big news here. Lap 19 of 165. We're going to keep an eye on that as Derek Paulson is the first to come down pit road for service. And it's a fuel only, Rick, because he is moving again.
Yep, fuel only out of the MF Racing Designs number 6, Chris. Back out on track now.
Ooh. Jamie Walker bringing it down pit road. It's his turn for service, and that's going to hand the lead over to Brian Dees. The 17 up 7 spots, Rick, to lead this one early on here at Las Vegas. Lap 20 of 165, rounding through turns 3 and 4. We're going to keep an eye here on the 17. He's coming down pit road.
So it's looking at about 20 laps here on fuel, Chris. I mean, I know guys can stretch it out there a little bit, but it seems like everybody jumping on to what Derek Paulson just did. Of course, he was the first man out there, so it'll be interesting to see. But Brian Dees heading in. We also have Ian Habiak out there on pit road, Rick Thompson, and Terry DeMan Foster in the Cheap Tobacco number 86.
Well, a lot of these guys are splitting this first stage directly in half, which means they're actually going to have to run 21 laps in order to get back to pit road here when we go under caution at lap 40, beginning of lap 41. Right now, though, it is Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, your race leader. He's got Dalton Kilrow running in second position. 0.75 behind Dalton Kilrow. And Aaron Bockover runs third position. Ty Morosco, Eric Garrison, your top 5. Tanner Marr in the 19, running in 6th position. Casey Campbell, Josh Rutherford, Fred Thompson, and Nick Okie round out your top 10. And a lot of drivers are on pit road right now, Rick. This is kind of weird. I'm not going to lie. Some of these guys, they came down maybe a little early.
It's going to be interesting to see, Chris. Now, you know, what we were told at the beginning of the race is fuel could go anywhere from 25 to 30 laps. And it seems like it's a little short here, but I think guys are just worried about it. They want to make sure they have enough to get to the end of stage 1. But you're right, it could bite them. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to be saving fuel this early here in the race, but you know, we're going to find out here shortly. We're on lap 24, 165 right now.
Yeah, no, a couple of guys that are not saving fuel. It's the Butcher, Dalton Kilrow, and Ty Morosco, your top 3. Let's add Casey Campbell to the mix because, well, he's not slowing down. Fred Thompson, neither is he. Nick Okie running in the 6th position. He is the first driver that has not come down pit road.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. Now he is up 14 positions from the start of this thing. Went from 20th all the way up to 6th. He's tied right now with Fred Thompson. Thompson in front of him in 5th place. But again, like we said, Okie, Thompson, Campbell, Morosco, Kilbro, and Benjamin have not come down pit road yet for their service. Everybody else has.
Yeah, and everybody else at least one lap down because of it. You do go down a lap here, pitting under green, something to be aware of. As this race kind of goes a little deeper, we're on lap number 26. Very clean racing here so far of 165. This is the Blazing Pedals, TRJKarting.com K&N Series live right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. For those tuning in over at PrideOutdoorNetwork.com, I was told that it will be on tomorrow night. He's going to make sure to grab it right off from YouTube and put it up on Pride Outdoor Network tomorrow night. Unfortunately, we weren't live on it tonight. These things happen. Computers sometimes decide not to talk to each other. We do a workaround. The Butcher is your race leader. He's up 3 spots to get there, starting in 4th place tonight. And the 10 car bringing it down pit road, lap number 27. So the Butcher says, okay, I've done enough. I know what it's like to lead now. I can bring it down pit road, get some gas. I know I'm going to make it. And that shifts the lead on over to Ty Morosco in the 1 car. Casey Campbell also coming down pit road along with Fred Thompson. Pretty good stuff happening right now as we have green flag pit stops. This one has gone green since the drop of it. And our race leader going to give it up. It's Ty Morosco bringing it down pit road. And Taylor the Butcher Benjamin is coming out of pit road. You see Jamie Walker going by. Walker reassumes the race lead. And it's going to be Walker, Dees, and Kilrow, your top 3. So, the Butcher gives up some time on pit road. Loses 4 spots back to 6th. Ty Morosco still being scored as your race leader. He is coming back on the pit road. The 88 now does finally go around. And now Jamie Walker is your race leader. And some of these other drivers are going to go right around as they're up to speed. And Ty Morosco finally does make it back out onto the track. Looks like he came out, Rick, in 7th spot. He's up 3 spots from the beginning of this one.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Now I'm trying to figure out what happened to Ian Habiak down there. He's sitting in 18th position right now, Chris. He is out on track there, but it looks like he had a little extended pit time along with Nick Okie and Joshua Rutherford there sitting in 20th. So those 3 cars are the first cars. Oh, I think Ian actually, no, Ian didn't get his lap back yet.
No, he has not. Although he's pretty close. Oh, Jamie Walker.
We got some blinking out of
big
Jamie
time
Walker.
blinking, yeah. I mean, wow.
As Chris just said, folks, a few minutes ago, but thank you for everybody out there on the Turn 3 Racing Network here, tuning in live with us here on YouTube. Tomorrow night, we will be on the Pride Outdoor Network. In the meantime, Pride guys, when you watch us tomorrow over there, make sure you head on over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Then you'll know when we go live every single time, all throughout the week. Got lots of great races lined up this week.
So doing a little research, Rick, as you were talking, it looks like Ian Habiak, Nick Okie, and Joshua Rutherford were all on pit road for about 47 to 48 seconds apiece. Not sure entirely what happened to them, but something to watch out for. Right now, Habiak is running 18th. He is a lap down, but he is fighting hard to try and get back onto that lead lap. Remember too, he did lead some laps here early on in this one, but he has got some serious ground to make up. Hey, listen, if there's not an incident that brings out a caution flag, there is going to be a caution flag coming soon for stage number 1. That's going to be Ian's best friend, Rick.
Yeah, definitely is. And Chris, that's right around the corner here. Jamie is working the backstretch now. We're on lap 33 of 165. And we know at the end of lap 40, the start of 41, is the stage 1 caution going to be dropping. So as long as he can hang out there and do what he has to do, it's looking good.
Jamie Walker, Brian Dees, Dalton Kilroy, your top 3. Derek Paulson in 4th spot. The Butcher down to 5th. Aaron Bach over down to 6th. Brad Collins up 2 to 7th. Tom Roscoe up 2 to 8th. Rick Thompson up 5 to 9th position. John Perkins rounds out the top 10 with a +2. It's been a little while since we've checked in on them. We're going to go right back to 13th spot right now. We're going to check in on Terry Foster. We're going to hop into his cockpit even and see if we can see how old COVID foot is doing here. We're going to know if he is listening in on the stream, because he's going to start laughing. The steering wheel is really going to start shaking, Rick. Terry Foster, not really as close to the wall as he could be, but does start that red line on the tachometer. Leaves it floating right around mid-track and lets it float up just a little bit, then brings it down. Is he one of these under the apron? Oh, he is. He's an apron driver.
You do gain a little momentum down there, Chris, so definitely nothing wrong with that. Right now he is trying to catch up to the back bumper. I believe that is his teammate there, the Shermanator in the 3 car.
It is. Yeah, Corey Sherman right up in front of him. Now let's compare and contrast. So we got Terry Foster, who I didn't see the steering wheel shake, Rick, so I'm going to assume he's not listening in, because I know what. Okay. He went a little low on the apron that time, got me worried. Let's go over to Jamie Walker just to kind of see the difference in how these guys are running this track. Look at Walker right down to that white line. Oh man, look at him. He is just non-stop on that wheel. Way down onto the apron. Back up, setting up for turn number 1. Look at him get really close to that outside wall and then start bringing it back down. Looks like through 1 and 2, he's happy with about midway down the track, right on that black line up towards the wall. And you see the difference about on the wall where the 2 drivers are running. Here through 3 and 4, Walker brings it right down to that white line. And look at him counter steering. That car is starting to get evil. Across the line.
He is working that wheel like crazy, Chris.
That's what it takes to be able to be an iron racer. The ability to understand the inputs that are coming at you and correct it with your steering wheel very quickly. And you saw that happening right in the cockpit of the 88 machine. Brian D is right behind him, running in 2nd spot. Dalton Kilroy, the league's 2nd most wins driver this season. I don't think that's how I wanted to say that, but that's how it came out. Dalton Kilroy sits in 3rd position. Derek Paulson and Taylor the Butcher Benjamin rounding out the top 5. There's teammates right there out of Top Flight Racing.
Chris, Jamie Walker heading down the backstretch, getting ready to go into turn number 3 and then 4, and then work that dog leg out into the start finish line, and that is when stage number 1 is going to end.
So quick tonight. No cautions right up until now. Stage 1 winner gonna be the 88 of Jamie Walker. Well, congratulations to Jamie Walker as he ran the pretty near perfect first stage here. Rick, a couple of other guys did lead some laps, but Walker was able to get him back and hold on to him. And of course, he crossed the finish line when it mattered the most as the race leader.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, Walker missed one race in the round of 16, but, because of points, he was still in the chase. So, all these extra bonus points is exactly what he needs.
Has to be feeling good about that one. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to, yeah, I think we are. We're going to step away for just a moment. When we return, it will be stage number 2 right around the corner. Well, we're back live here from Las Vegas. We're working lap number 44. Jamie Walker is going to be your race leader. Dalton Kilroy, Brian Dees, Derek Paulson, and Taylor the Butcher Benjamin are your top 5 as we get ready to go back under the green flag next time by. 6th through 10th, Brad Collins, John Perkins, Rick Thompson, Eric Garrison, Terry Foster. 11th through 15th is a little something like this. It's Tanner Meyer, Casey Campbell, Fred Thompson, Aaron Bachhover, and Corey Rutherford. Corey Sherman, Ty Morosco, Ian Habiak, Nick Okie, and Joshua Rutherford finish out the race field, and they have shifted positions quite a bit here heading into stage number 2. Stage 2 is going to end at the end of lap number 90, some 45 laps from now. Well, 45 laps from when we take the green. This one has been entertaining all night long, and I think it's going to continue. This cookie cutter really is kind of just being a good track.
Yeah, these guys doing a really good job, Chris. Now it's going to be interesting to see how Jamie Walker gets a restart. Of course, right on the outside, as you said, Dalton Kilroy there in the 41, but I got to put my money on Jamie Walker here.
Well, we're about to find out as the pace car has dropped in. Jamie Walker hitting the accelerator pedal. We are back under the green flag. Lap number 46 being worked right now. Walker, Kilroy clean on that second spot. Then it's a battle for third. Brian Dees to the inside. Derek Paulson trying to get there on the outside. Can't quite do it. Gonna fall in line. Brad Collins picks up that 5th position, and he's holding on to it in his Dodge. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin and Rick Thompson start that second group that has John Perkins, Eric Garrison, and Terry Foster in it. Foster and his number 86 running in 10th spot, and he's looking for more. Terry Foster. Well, I guess I'm not going to give up too many secrets if I say this, but well, I'll say it like this. Only 2 drivers did not take tires. Terry Foster is not one of them. So Terry's got some fresh feeling good years underneath that number 86, as there's a lot of drivers out there. And he did a good job on pit road, picking up some spots on pit road, and you can't overlook that, Rick.
No, definitely not. Up 5 positions here since the green flag. So Foster, like you said, sitting in that top 10, looking mighty good right now. We tell you another guy that's looking good, Chris. Guy in 3rd place right now, Brian Dees in the 17. He is trying to get up to the back bumper. Dalton Kilroy's number 41, Dr. Squatch Machine. Brian Dees, I think the Duke crew might have heard our conversation and got a little nervous there. They're going mighty fine here tonight. You're up 5 positions from the green flag also.
Big mover on the night so far. How about this? It's the guy right behind Brian Dees. It's the 6 car of Derek Paulson. Paulson started 7. He's up 7 spots from where he started in that 4th position, looking for more. Derek Paulson again running in the 4th position. It's amazing what happens when you debut a paint, isn't it?
It really is, but listen, Chris, he's not the only one up 7 positions. The guy who's sitting in 7th position right now, Rick Thompson in that 76 Bacon Shake Baits Machine Speed Mafia, also up 7 positions here. He started tonight here in 14th position, now sitting in 7th, and he is right on the back door, the 22 of Brad Collins. I don't think Thompson's going to be there for too long. He's definitely looking.
Yeah, Thompson is looking. And I'll tell you, after this weekend, I am looking too, Rick. I am looking for a nice night's sleep. Ladies and gentlemen, it is sad but true up here in the Northeast. The weather is starting to change, and our race season up here at our local track, well, it finished out after a 3-day event known as the Milk Bowl up here in Vermont. I was up there all 3 days, and well, I had to work on the car quite a bit. Let's just put it that way. Jamie Walker, your race leader. Dalton Kilroy, Brian Dees, 2nd and 3rd Derek Paulson in 4th position. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin rounding out the top 5. Everybody kind of minding their P's and Q's right now, Rick, as we've kind of gone single file throughout the entire field.
I really have. I mean, some guys are dealing with a little bit of blinking there, and but they've all kind of settled out doing what they have to do. It's still a lot of racing left here. We're on lap 53 of 165, so doing exactly what they have to do. Nice clean racing here tonight from Las Vegas.
Yeah, kind of as usual. I mean, this is kind of what we've gone to expect here at Blazing Pedals. Green flag racing and lots of it. Speaking of racing, we've got a race right now for 2nd spot, and Brian Dees takes it away from Dalton Kilroe. You want to talk about somebody who's on a bit of a high right now as far as momentum? Look no further than 17. He has been doing a really good job over the last few weeks. I mean, last week, okay, yeah, a little bit of an exception, but we've gotten a chance to talk to him, Rick, which means he's been up in the top 3.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. Now, you did mention that Thunder Road, the season is done. Do you want to know who won?
No, because I'm going to watch it later.
Okay. It's no surprise. That's all I'm going to say.
Corliss won. Okay, well.
I didn't say it, though.
Yeah, no, you didn't. The one problem with going up there to work on cars is you don't get to actually see a lot of the racing.
No, you're stuck in the pits there, and you hear everything, but you don't get to see it.
Did have one driver decided to drive up the wall and almost take out one of the billboards there in turn 2. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's go or blow time, So the last race of the season, you got to go.
Yep.
Or blow. Well, Chris, Brian Dees found his way around Dalton Kilroe. Dalton Kilroe sitting in 3rd, Brian Dees in 2nd, but the man he has to catch, the 88 TRJKarting.com Chevy of Jamie Walker, 1.72 seconds ahead of Brian Dees right now.
Yeah, Jamie Walker put himself in a box and used expedited mail. He is heading around this track, and he has got a huge lead. Biggest lead we've seen so far of the race, Rick, 1.7 second, as you mentioned, over Brian Dees. Kilroe right on the back bumper of Dees, and Derek Paulson right on the back bumper of the 41. Then you got to go back just a little bit. You're going to find the 10 car, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, running in the 5th position. Brad Collins, Rick Thompson, John Perkins running in kind of in a group of 3 there. Eric Garrison trying to catch that group, and it looks like he is doing that. He's getting to the back bumper of the 33. He's blinging along the 19 of Tanner Marr. Tanner Marr, one of the newer drivers here at Blazing Pedals, and we look forward to seeing him race next season.
I mean, it's always hard jumping into mid-season towards the tail end of the season, Chris, as a new driver there. Guys who you haven't raced around. I mean, I know Eric Garrison, the 15 rate ahead of the 19 of Marr, also kind of new here too, but Tanner Marr, the newest guy out there, and he's been doing fabulous week in and week out.
So a couple of drivers, as I mentioned, did not take tires. I'm looking at one of them right now. It's Corey Sherman. Sherman in the 16th position. Ahead of him, his teammate, Aaron Bockover, running in 15th position. What do they have in common? They're both on very old tires.
But still holding their own. I mean, the Shermanator up 2 positions since the green flag. Aaron Bockover down 13 positions from that green flag, but still plenty of racing left to go. Got about 105 laps left to go.
Wow, you made that look easy there, Rick. That math.
Well, I had it written down. I had my daughters do it up for me so that way I didn't look like a fool.
1.7 seconds and holding the gap between 1st and 2nd. Brian Dees just kind of racing his way around. He has started to separate a little bit from Dalton Kilroe. So something to watch there is Dalton Kilroe right now running in that 3rd position. Again, he was the 2nd most winningest driver here this season during the regular season. So Kilrow has something he's got to prove here. And right now, Jamie Walker is, well, he's walking away.
Yeah, and the lead's actually growing just a little bit, Chris. I mean, it's been fluctuating between 1.70 and 1.75, so Walker definitely fast out there here tonight.
We know he likes his cars a little bit on the loose side. As these tires wear, this car will definitely get to where he likes it to be on that loose side. Well, let's take a peek in on the number 16. Jamie Walker's teammate, the kid, the Hurricane. It's Ian Habiuk. At one point, Habiuk led some laps. At another point, he was down a lap. Right now, well, the kid's doing fine. He's sitting in 13th position, just kind of getting around the track. Got Ty Morosco, Nick Okie right behind him.
I'm wondering if he's missing his dad in his ear, or if he's liking it a little better without him.
You know, it can go either way. Tim has been a little lackadaisical about being a spotter here as of late, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been taking some time off, going over to Tennessee.
Working on a Tahoe.
Working on the Tahoe, which we can hear from up here.
We kid because we care. Make sure to check out trjkarting.com. Without trjkarting.com, boy, I don't know where we would be, Rick.
I know I'd be a little bit colder, Chris. I actually got my TRJ Karting hoodie on right now. Got to give the Turn 3 racing one a little bit of a break. It started to smell funny there. Or all week. This week, it's all about the TRJ. And listen, folks, if you're a sim racer and you need some gloves, I mean, I know there's a lot of different stuff out there, but, you know, if you have a high-end wheel and you want to protect the finish on that, definitely pick up yourself a pair of gloves. And, of course, I got mine right from trjkarting.com. I got some beautiful Autism Speak gloves that I love. And, of course, I got my racing shoes from there because I do like to wear something with a sole. I don't like to be barefoot or with socks on. And posters, stickers, I think I got all the stickers. Love my poster. I look at it every day as I walk into my office. I got it all right from Tim at trjkarting.com. Prices are fair. Quality is great. The customer service unmatched.
Working lap number 67 of 165. Stage 2 going to end in about 24 laps.
Oh, your math's right on tonight, too. Must be something in the Vermont water or the air. I don't know.
I've been at the track all weekend, but this has been my job, keeping track of everything.
Every time I was in the pits, man, I was usually laying down on some tires, taking a nap, eating a sandwich. Buying more hats that I don't need.
I was able to sit down for about 2 minutes today, excluding the drive. That's the only 2 minutes that I was seated all weekend long. The car finally where we wanted it to be, and it didn't matter in the end. Rick Thompson coming down pit road.
Brian Dees just called. He's coming in also.
Second place, going to give it up. Coming down pit road. About 22, well, make it now 21 laps to go before that next caution flag scheduled to fall. Jamie Walker, Brian Dees, John Perkins all sitting on pit road. And that does give the lead over to Derek Paulson. I believe this is the first time he's led tonight, up 10 spots to lead this one. He is just ahead of the 41 of Don Kilrow. Olsen using that very low line through turns 3 and 4 that we saw Jamie Walker using. And the sun, Rick, it's starting to set. The shadow's getting very big here through turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. That track temperature actually falling down a bunch more here from qualifying there. The qualifying temperature was at 88 degrees, now at 83. So it is definitely getting a lot cooler out there. It actually dropped 1 degree in the air temp also to 77 degrees. So a lot of things. I mean, that's going to really make the way that this track race a little bit different. And this is, as we know from the season, Chris, I mean, these guys are running a fixed setup, but it is a modified fixed setup. It is a setup that Mark Arthur makes himself as admin here at Blazing Pedals, hands out to his drivers. They also get to test it out a week before in NASCOM week. So kind of cool in the way that they do this. And Mark's been very good at, you know, the thing might be wicked tight at the beginning, and then it really gets loose as the race goes on. You know, and he has a point of where it actually really comes into that sweet spot, and I think we're about to see that here shortly.
Rick, I got to throw this out here very, very quickly. Fred Thompson is in 5th place.
He is.
For those that don't know, Fred Thompson is Rick Thompson's father. This is how they spend some time together. They do it right here on the sim. Fred, one of those very quiet, usually runs at the back of the pack type drivers. Now, because of pit stops, Fred Thompson up 17 spots. Fred Thompson in 2nd spot. We need Timer Roscoe to come down pit road. I want Fred to lead a lap here.
That would be fabulous. I would love to see that also. That, you know, that's the cool thing about, you know, this league and the sim itself, Chris, is, you know, fathers, sons, brothers, cousins, uncles. I mean, you know, a lot of family get to, oh, looks like Fred Thompson's going to come down pit road, Chris, so that might not happen.
No,
But,
it is not going to.
But I think it's cool on how, you know, the sim brings families together and allows them to spend a little extra quality time together, you know, living in different states or, you know, even in just a few cities over, you know. I mean, it's just kind of cool that you get to spend time with your loved ones here on the sim. And of course, we always have a lot of great folks watching here on the Turn 3 Racing Network here on YouTube. And, you know, that's what it's all about. You know, not only does Mark have a great community / family built with Blazing Pedals, but the outside family always coming in. It's fabulous. And that's what this whole sim should be about.
Speaking of coming in, Aaron Bach over Corey Sherman going to be coming in. And that's going to give the lead back over to Jamie Walker. Dalton Kilroy looks like he's picking up 2nd spot, so a good pit stop out of the 41 team. As basically what we're seeing now is pretty much a mirror image of what we saw during the first stage. Everybody pretty much everybody taking fuel.
Pretty much, yeah.
Again, you know, there's always somebody that has to be a little bit different. I won't tell you who it is, guys. I'm not going to tell you exactly who it is.
I have a feeling they're going to figure it out here pretty quick.
I'm just not going to tell you, you know. Oh, Brian D sits in 3rd spot. Brian Dees catches the back bumper of Dalton Kilroy rather easily, Rick. Now goes down to the inside.
And looking on the inside, and
wow, is that car really holding its line?
New Crew is back in business. Secretly, it's because Brian Dees has an RC Cole in the cup holder. That's why.
I think they figured out the other secret, Rick.
I think so.
Well, nonetheless, Dee's doing a fantastic job here tonight. We have called his number many times, and right now we're calling him out for a 2nd spot. He is up 6 to be in that 2nd spot.
Because I'm lucky because you know, as second chair, I'm able to listen to the driver's radio, and Dalton Kilroy goes, "You mean to take tires?" And Brian Dees comes over and goes, "It's me you're talking about. What do you think?"
We're gonna go with no, but since you have them, you might as well use them. And right now he is using them down to the inside for the race lead. It is going to be Brian Dees. The 88 has nothing for him on those old tires, Rick.
He's not giving up though, Chris, as you see Jamie Walker go down, get a little bit of momentum going onto the apron there. But yeah, Brian Dees, he's like Superman out there right now.
He's like Superman right now, and that might catch him later on.
Probably right around lap 80, 89, I'm guessing, somewhere around there. But listen, Chris, a lot of these guys, okay, so they have 3 sets of tires that they're able to come down pit road and take. Now, most guys, most drivers, simple like me, would say, okay, at the end of stage 1, I'll take a set. At the end of stage 2, I'll take a set, and then I'll save a set for, sometime within stage 3. But a lot of times, that usually doesn't work out. Brian D still has a set, but the other guys have 2 sets. A lot of other drivers have 2 sets. So that's going to be interesting. I mean, are you really going to come down? I mean, we know that these guys are going to have to come down for at least a couple of pit stops there for the end of the race.
Well, I have my eye on something really interesting for you. I believe, I'm not positive, but I believe there are 2 drivers out there, Rick, that are on the original set of tires still.
That's very interesting.
In fact, I know that that's the case, but I'm not going to tell. Mostly I'm not going to tell because it's almost impossible, looking at lap times, to figure out who it is. And now I've got you looking.
Yeah, you do. Well, I don't want to break. I mean, these guys, that's what this is all about. It's all about a strategy. So, and we know a lot of drivers do, in fact, listen to the broadcast while they're racing. So it's hard. I mean, obviously, with Brian Dees, we didn't call it out, but you guys knew. When he starts driving away from you, when you're, doing everything you possibly can to get around the track, it's kind of obvious that there's some new tires on the 17. But, going back to the tire strategy, I mean, that's the cool thing that Mark put in a lot of these guys to do. And, I mean, look at Wednesday nights. Wednesday nights, those guys, they only have the set that they start on. And, that really puts a lot of stuff into the driver's hands itself. This here is all about strategy. So those guys that have 2 sets left for the end of stage 2 and then going in through, the final run to the money. My biggest thing is I always forget that I have a set. You might push that last set out there for way too long. Go, wait, what did I do? Next thing you know, checker flags flying. And you're like, oh, I had another set of tires. Oh my god, that's a lot of stuff to think about.
It is. This is why drivers have a pit crew. Drivers can drive. Pit crew can worry about the rest.
Yeah, but unfortunately, really the sim, I mean, unless you have a live spotter / crew chief in there, Chris, I mean, it's still technically up to the driver here, though.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's one of the big differences here in the sim versus real world.
I mean, that's why I've always said sim driving's harder than real world driving. I don't care who you are. You get Dale Earnhardt Jr. out there, all he's got to think about is just hitting his marks, lap after lap, staying in control of the car, get him on a sim, then he's like, oh, I got to turn off my fast repair when I come down for fuel because I rubbed the wall on lap 28. Don't waste on that.
Well, just to be clear about the rules here at Blazing Pedals, there is no fast repair. One thing off from their thought process, they don't have to worry about, Rick. I will say this, though. 1.5 seconds, the race differential between Brian Dees, your race leader, and Jamie Walker sitting in second spot. And times have started to equal out. In fact, last time by, both of those drivers ran a 32.80. And now this time by, Dees just a little bit quicker and Jamie Walker just a little bit slower than that. But how interesting is it that these tires, while they seem to go away a little bit quick, kind of equalize very, very quickly.
Yeah, they do.
It hasn't been that long since these guys were on pit road. Lap 69, here we are on lap number 87, less than 20 laps, tires have equalized.
And that's about what Terry Foster gave us a little insight into, I mean, tires go away at around 20 laps or so. But in a couple laps though, Brian Dees, unless something major happens, he might be the stage 2 winner, Chris.
So just staying on tires for just a second, here I am talking about tires equalizing, and basically what that means is the fall off kind of gets to a point where it doesn't fall off much more for a while, and then it may fall off again. But right now the tires are pretty equal between Brian Dees and Jamie Walker, even though Dees is on fresher tires. How do you get to that point? Well, you get to that point through the setup. So obviously right now the setup is very equal, and that's a good thing. And that means all these drivers have a chance here tonight. Long explanation for something that's rather simple. In theory.
In theory.
1.5 miles to go before Brian Dees is the winner of stage number 2, Rick.
Yeah, and he's got a heck of a lead there, Chris. Over 2 seconds right now. So, like I said, barring something happening, that's going to help Dees a lot out in the points.
Yeah, what he needs to do is kind of back it down. He can still win the stage and back it down. Doesn't need to kill these fresh tires.
Oh, fresh-ish tires.
Yeah, fresh-ish tires. You're right. Crossing the start-finish line, it's going to be in the books now. Brian Dees, you're going to be your stage 2 winner here tonight. So congratulations going out to the Dew crew. They seem to have fixed last week's problems, Rick.
Well, don't say that yet, though, Chris, because we still have a ways to go here. And we know that Brian Dees, might have taken an extra set of tires there, so he's only got one left in the bank, while most everybody else have at least 2. A few drivers may have 3. So he might go backwards a little bit here, because he's going to want to hang on to that last set. At least a little bit. I mean, I would.
Well, a lot of stuff to be determined yet here tonight from Las Vegas, live on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the Blazing Pedals, TRJKarting.com. First race of 12. And this one has been ultra clean. Only 2 cautions of the night, and it was for the ending of the stages. No cautions due to crashes, and these guys have been minding their P's and Q's. We're going to step away for just a moment. We've got a couple of bills to pay, and we will be right back.
TRJKarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers. No matter how you do it, your desire and passion to go fast fuels them. Their focus is to put their customers into victory lane. Make sure you check them out at TRJKarting.com and give them a like on Facebook.
And make sure to let them know that Chris and Rick sent you over at trjkarting.com. Rick, all the stages are done. Now it's going to be a race to the finish. Have we learned anything yet about what it's going to take to win this race?
Fresh tires.
Very good. I think that's true. Jamie Walker bringing it down pit road along with Rick Thompson, Brad Collins coming down pit road. The 44 scoots on by the pace car as the lights have shut off. Some of these cars just getting back to the tail end of the lead lap. A couple of the other drivers out there on pit road trying to stuff their tanks, their fuel cells full of fuel to get every single mile they can out of their car. Pace car lights are off. It's heading through turns 1 and 2 right now. On to the backstretch. Our race leader is going to be Brian Dees. To his outside, Dalton Kilrow. Inside row number 2, it's Ty Morosco. Outside of him, it's Derek Paulson. Then it's Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Eric Garrison making up row number 3. Row 4, John Perkins and Terry Foster. And then row 5, it's going to be Ian Habiak and Tanner Marr. Pace car now dropping into turn number 3. We're going to be ready to go back to green here very, very quickly. Some of these drivers, Rick, they put themselves at the back by coming in to get fuel. Good strategy or no?
Let's just say this is gonna be interesting because there are a handful of drivers that have fresh rubber underneath their cars right now. There is a bunch of drivers that took fuel only. So it's gonna be interesting here coming up.
Green flag back out.
Smart.
Oh, it's just one of those things we have to figure out along the way here as Brian Dees holds on to the race lead. Ty Morosco in second. Here comes Derek Paulson for third, and already Dalton Kilrow is moving backwards as the Butcher is battling it out right now with him. The Butcher takes over 4th position. Eric Garrison running up to 5th. The 41, something's wrong. He is going backwards.
I can tell you right now, there's nothing wrong with Dalton Kilrow. He was one of the drivers that only took fuel that last time. So on old tires, along with Brian Dees. Brian Dees is about probably the one who made it out the best so far. Of course, Paulson working on the inside there. Derek Paulson taking the lead here tonight. So Dees going to start falling back, Chris. And another one, Ty Morosco in the 1 machine. Also only taking fuel.
Old tires starting to not pay the dividends that they wanted, but like we've seen time and time again here, these cars will equalize. So if you can hold off on losing a bunch of spots, you may be okay here. .67 laps to go this time by the start finish line. Derek Paulson, your race leader. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Eric Garrison, your top 3. Then it's John Perkins, Brian Dees rounding out the top 5. The Kid and Hurricane. Ian Habiak now gets around Brian Dees. Ian Habiak back into the top 5, Rick. We haven't seen this since the beginning of the race. Remember one time he was a lap down, and now Ian Habiak has not only gotten his lap back, he's back up into the top 5.
Well, we talked about the Hurricane a lot here tonight, Chris, and he's one of those drivers that when we started out, we were in the K&N cars back then. Then we did a couple seasons in the trucks, and Ian really didn't like the trucks all that much, but you could see him start growing. And this season, when they decided to go back to the K&N cars, let me tell you, he has grown threefold, if not more. The Kid doing a good job out there tonight, and I believe that is actually a different paint scheme than what we're used to seeing him on. We always had stars and bars before, but I don't think it was quite like that.
Yeah,
Maybe it's just because I'm getting old.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably something to do with it. Tanner Marr was able to get around him to get inside of the top 5, and Jamie Walker, his teammate, is really closing in quickly. Ian Habia going to go down another spot to his teammate here very soon, I believe.
And what Ian really needs to do now is, and I think he's probably thought about it a little bit too, Chris. You know, usually Ian was a single car team there with TRJ Karting, but this season they picked up Jamie Walker. And, you know, I think that's really good for Ian. Now, Ian's just got to capitalize on having that teammate. I mean, I'm still looking in the race comms here, and both those drivers still split up a little bit. So hopefully they start working together a little bit, and Ian can pick up some more, you know, tips and tricks from the most winningest driver here this season, Jamie Walker.
Ian was able to pull one out this year, and that really did help him get into the points battle, along with some very consistent driving. Right now, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, your race leader. Eric Garrison in second. Derek Paulson third. So Paulson has fallen back a couple of spots. John Perkins doing a great job right now. He's in 4th position.
You know, I want to give a shout out to his boss, David. You know, we learned a few things about John Perkins this season, Chris, and one of them is usually he needs to be at work on a Sunday night, but his boss has been gracious enough to give him the time to come out here and race with these guys. And, you know, that's very appreciative, not only to John, but to all the fans and to us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. You know, I mean, John has really poured things on this season. It's good to see that he's having a good season.
And a good-looking car to boot.
Every time I see it, I just want, I want some barbecue. I know that they're just a supply, but I don't know. It's a good-looking car. I mean, orange, black, and white, you can't go wrong with those colors. I mean, it's kind of like a red, black, and white. Looks good on racing cars.
Well, we haven't done this all race long, and gosh knows they deserve it for running as clean as they have. Ladies and gentlemen out there watching here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, if you're watching on a phone, I want you to adjust that volume all the way up to 10. If you're watching on the TV, why don't you go ahead and put it right to 100. Anything else, just turn it up, because that is what we are about to do. I could do that all night long.
Oh, me too, man. I love the sound of these cars going around the track. I've said this multiple times. This is a sound that I could actually fall asleep to every night. I'm gonna give a big shout out to Tim out there, trjkarting.com, checking in on YouTube. Oh boy, hobby duties. It doesn't sound like fun.
Right now, top 3 drivers under a blanket. It's the Butcher, Taylor Butcher, Benjamin Eric Garrison, Derek Paulson. These guys are running each other down hard right now. Your top 3. In 4th spot, it's Jamie Walker. He was able to get around John Perkins and Tanner Marr. Walker has a little bit of a gap to try and make up, about 2.5 seconds to get to 3rd spot, Rick. We've got plenty of race to go. And it's just a matter of, well, how well you're going to get on pit road. Because let's face it, we have not seen the end of pit road here tonight at Las Vegas. Tim, a shout out to you as well, my friend.
We got Michael Clark out there. MF Designs, a lot of paint schemes by that gentleman out there on track. And we were just talking about Derek Paulson's beautiful kind of throwback scheme. I like it. It looks good. Guys are looking for a paint, make sure you look up MF Designs up on Facebook. Let them know the Turn 3 Racing Network sent you.
Rick, we've already had a few drivers that have come down pit road.
Yeah, one of them right now, Ty Morosco down in 14th position is coming down pit road.
Oh, something to watch out for. We know that you go down a lap if you come down pit road under green. So if some of these guys were thinking green flag all the way, but they have 2 sets of tires left, and you're gonna be wasting a set of tires unless you want to go a lap down. Speaking of going a lap down, Nick Okie just really hasn't quite found it here tonight. Okie goes down another lap.
The car looks good. I love that car.
It does.
That car changing colors, man. Nick Okie definitely not having the night here that he wanted. He's still in 18th position though, Chris, but we only had 20 cars start here tonight, so. And now Nick Okie, he is up 2 positions from the drop of the green flag. But definitely not the night that he hoped for here. Of course, I think Terry got him a little nervous there told him about putting his admin hat on. But we're gonna blame Terry on this one.
I pretty much blame Terry for everything, so what's one more thing?
And speaking of Terry, he's out there driving with an injured foot right now, doing a heck of a job. He is in 13th position. Up 2 from the start, definitely not having the night that he was hoping for. He said that his car felt really good in practice, and it looked pretty good. And when he practiced throughout the week and we came on, he was sitting 4th on the practice speed charts. He's up 2 positions from the drop of the green flag, sitting in 13th, but I think he was hoping for something a little better. But hey, you got to give it to Terry to go out there and drive with a hurt foot. Getting her done. Maybe getting it ready for Talladega. I was kind of hoping he's going to let me jump in that car for Talladega, but no, it's okay. I mean, I know he doesn't want to see it in victory lane without him behind the wheel.
Well, right now, Terry Foster may not be as happy as he could be with his running position, but he's got something over the other guys. He is ahead of them.
That's true.
Speaking of being ahead right now, it's Derek Paulson, your race leader. Jamie Walker in 2nd. John Perkins up to 3rd as Garrison and Butcher and Ian Habiak and Dolan Kilrow all making their way down pit road. So pit stops definitely starting to happen, and we're going to have to stop at least one more time for fuel here, Rick.
Yeah, we definitely are, Chris, and that's where the interesting thing, we're going to come out and see, there's a few guys out there that I'm looking here. I know one guy has a set of tires, maybe 2 guys, so it's going to get interesting. We know that some drivers do have a set in the banks, and that's where things are really going to get interesting here tonight.
And I'm just taking a peek here. It looks like top 9 drivers have not been down pit road yet. Top 9 drivers have not been on pit road. Derek Paulson, Jamie Walker, your top 2. Then it's John Perkins, Tanner Marr, Rick Thompson, rounding out the top 5. Brad Collins and his number 22 running in 6th position. Brian Dees and the Dew crew running in 7th. Fred Thompson running in 8th spot, that 46 inside of the top 10. Terry Foster running his 86 in 9th. The Butcher comes out of pit road. Rick the Butcher running in the top 10, running 10th spot.
Ooh, Nick Okie.
Okie has an issue. We find ourselves under caution. And some of these guys on pit road are just shaking their heads. Why, oh, why didn't we wait just one more lap? Derek Paulson also shaking his head going, well, there goes my 2-second lead I had. Let's go on back, take a peek, see what happened with Nick. Okie, gets himself into the wall. Turns it hard right to try and stay there. Oh boy. I mean, a nice job. He did exactly what it was asked of him. He kept it on the wall. We'll go back one more time. He actually was, boy, he came off from the wall down about midway on the track. If there were other cars behind him, that could have been bad. Luckily for him and the rest of the guys out there, there were not.
No, but like you said, Chris, first caution here tonight under the lights here at Las Vegas, except for the 2-stage ending cautions. Nick Okie will be getting the EOL. I mean, it's not going to hurt him too much. I know what it's going to hurt is he hit the tow button. He said, okay, he kept it off, and he did the right thing, like you said, try to keep it up into the wall. It was a little squirrely there for a second, but it worked out and held out for him. But Nick Okie getting his first EOL here tonight.
Well, with 41 laps to go, we have a lot of things to figure out. But one of those things is already decided. Well, I thought it was decided, and then Paulson comes out ahead of him. I thought for sure Perkins was going to be the race leader. Didn't happen. Sorry, John.
He's got to be happy, though. Up 10 positions so far from the green flag, Chris. Sitting in 2nd place, so not a bad thing. Now, I'm just looking here. The last time Perkins on pit road was lap 122. I think he only took fuel only there in the 33.
A lot of drivers ahead of your race leader. A lot of drivers going to go around the pace car. When the lights shut off, they will rejoin the tail end of the field. And among that group, the guy right behind the pace car, Rick, it's the 41 of Dalton Kilrow. The pace car, by the way, a beautiful Ford Mustang Boss Cobra 302 351 Magnum.
Having fun making this stuff up, aren't you?
927 horsepower underneath the hood of that machine.
And hitting a top speed of 50 miles per hour here tonight.
Yeah, but it looks great doing it, Rick. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You got nothing.
I got nothing. I'm gonna let you have it. Mark, you can bring the Silverado back out. Hopefully I'll have mine back maybe this Friday since it wasn't last Friday.
Oh, Lord. Here we are working lap 126. It's our first caution of the night that wasn't a stage. And, man, these guys have been running so good tonight. I got a smile on my face watching this thing. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's been a fabulous race, Chris. And there's going to be some strategy pulling out here for the end of it. This is where it's going to get really fun and interesting in my eyes.
Well, we've got at least another lap to go before we
And
go
look
back
at
under
this.
caution.
Paulson, Walker coming down pit road.
Oh, it's that fuel thing. As the pace car lights have shut off, less than a mile and a half to go now. All this strategy. You know, I thought I had enough of racing after this weekend. I haven't. And look at Rick, I was right. Our race leader, John Perkins.
Thanks, boss.
Rick Thompson to his outside. Brad Collins, Brian Dees making up row number 2. Terry Foster, Jamie Walker gonna make up row number 3. Terry Foster out of nowhere, 5th. Old COVID foot himself doing a great job out there. We kid because we care. I'd never call him that, Rick, except for, well, he calls himself that, so.
That is true. But listen, good on Terry. I mean, going out there, he is injured. He is in a bit of discomfort. But he's doing exactly what he said he was going to do tonight. He wanted to try to finish this race, Chris, and it's looking good. Of course, we missed him up here in the booth, but we got some racing to go because the pace car is off, and John Perkins hits the go pedal.
Hits it. I think he darn near smashed it through the floor pan. The 33 taking off. Rick Thompson on the outside wasn't able to do anything with him. Now Thompson tries to reel him back in. Rick Thompson, John Perkins battling for the lead. Oh, Thompson down to the inside. Thompson not going to waste any time. Heading into turn number 3. Rick Thompson going to be your race leader. And here comes Brian Dees. Out of nowhere. Oh my goodness, the 17 making some very impressive moves here at the restart, Rick. And he is right on the back bumper of Rick Thompson. Oh my goodness.
And here comes another guy charging to the field, Chris. That's the 88, Jamie Walker, now in 4th position as he goes around the 22 of Collins, down to 33 of Perkins. Perkins stuck on the outside. Brad Collins, his teammate, looking on the inside. Here comes Terry Foster and Derek Paulson.
Terry Foster makes his way by Perkins now. Derek Paulson sticks it down to the way inside. The 33 up and out of shape. But Derek Paulson pulls a very impressive move down, way down to the inside. Terry Foster sitting in 6th spot. John Perkins in 7th. Eric Garrison, Tanner Marr, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Ty Morosco, Ian Habiak round out the top 12. Those are the drivers on the lead lap. Paulson now gets around Brad Collins. Here comes the 86. Terry Foster also getting around Collins. Foster launches himself back into the top 5. The 41. You see him down on the bottom of the screen. He's the first driver 1 lap down. That's Dalton Kilrow. He's being followed by Aaron Bockover. Those two fighting it out for a position. Both 1 lap down. Brian Dees in the 17 taking a hard look on the apron. Couldn't quite get to the side of the 76. Falls back into turns 1 and 2. The 17 getting ready to try and catch him on the backstretch, trying to pick any kind of draft up that he can. Heading into turn 3 in the 17, still holding on to 2nd. In 3rd spot, it is Jamie Walker. Derek Paulson picks up that 4th spot. We saw him passing people left and right. And Terry Foster up 10 spots into 5th position. Big mover of the night so far, though, it's Rick Thompson, your race leader. He's up 13 positions after starting 14th tonight. So Thompson looking very stout out there. Remember the one he won, Rick? Remember the joy and excitement he had? I think we're gonna have it again.
There's still quite a few laps left to go, Chris, and I don't want to jinx him, but yes, I do remember. I don't think he forgot either because he was super excited. Now, Mr. Falk, yeah, you're absolutely right. Okie Very, very classy driver out there. That's why they asked him to become an admin here at the Blazing Pedals. And he did exactly what he had to do, even though it was unfortunate there for him for tonight. And Mark, yeah, you're right. I think Perkins needs to thank his boss. And of course, right on the back of his spoiler, it does say thanks, boss. So it is out there for all the drivers to see. And we check in on it every now and then. And but you're right. We'll see what he can do. Right now, Perkins falling back down to 9th position. So he's got a little bit of work to do it on the end of the race here tonight. But we're still trying to figure out who the top 3 are going to be. Because let me tell you, Chris, Brian D's in 2nd place, starting to catch the back bumper there of the 76.
Yeah, D's right now running a very clean line. We saw it right there, very close to that white line, and man, did he launch off from that corner heading into turn 3. Brian D's on the back bumper now of Rick Thompson, and Thompson stays up just a little higher. A bit of a tire thing there. He's going to try and save tires by going up a little bit higher, but loses the momentum, and here comes Brian D's heading into turn number 1. Brian D's looking for the race lead. He has it.
Oh.
Caution on the track. Caution number 2 due to incident. And oh boy, this one's gonna hurt. Let's take it back to the truck, figure out what happened. We're gonna watch the 41. Oh my goodness. Oh, huge hit from Don Kilrow. And Rick, you know how I hate to do this, but I'm going to guess on something here. I don't think these 2 drivers actually touched.
Nope. That, in my eyes, and of course, we're not race control, but there is some definite net code there, Chris. I mean, the 44 was down on the apron. He did come up, obviously. Dalton didn't give any room, but those 2 cars didn't actually touch. That's just my observation. My observation only.
Well,
I tuned into race control, so
I just watched it from a chase view. It does not get any more clear than what I just saw. And I'm going with no contact. We'll see if that...
The poor Dalton, his hood is up right now.
Well, drivers are going to love this one because it means they can make it the rest of the way on fuel. If you're one of those drivers that may have a set of tires, unbelievably, this is your chance to get them put on.
Hey, you're absolutely right. This is going to change a lot of different things out there, Chris. And a lot of drivers out there right now on pit road. And look who's leading the race right now.
I was just going to bring that to your attention. I don't think there was a deal tonight, but is that a White Claw I heard you open?
No.
Under caution, one more time here from Las Vegas. We're going to step away for just one moment. We got bills to pay. Back live here from Las Vegas as we are still working this caution. And Rick, you've heard from Race Control. What do they got to say?
Well, Race Control came over the radio, Chris, and the 44 is going to be getting an EOL on that incident.
Oh boy. Well, these things, they happen. Brian D still going to be scored as your race leader. He's got Jamie Walker, Rick Thompson right behind him, Derek Paulson, Brad Collins, Eric Garrison, Kenner Marr, Ty Morosco, John Perkins, and Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Well, Brian Dees has worked very hard to get to where he is. Up 7 spots from the beginning of this race. When they line up 2 by 2 once again, Jamie Walker will be to his outside. Walker, our pole sitter on the night. Winner of stage number 1. Brian Dees, winner of stage number 2.
I'm thinking Brian D is probably pretty happy with letting his pit crew throw on that set of tires when he didn't really want it, because it seemed to have worked out for him a little bit here so far.
Well, so far, the key words there, Rick. Huh.
Uh-huh. RC Cola is going to be flying tonight, let me tell you. I mean the Mountain Dews.
I have to explain myself a little bit, Rick. I had a couple of and huhs there.
I just figured you're turning into Dale Jr.
No. Looking at time and scoring, this race has not been decided yet.
Oh, no.
Won't give it away. But it's going to get interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be 25 laps to go when we go back under the green flag. Cars are folded in 2 by 2. Front row is Dees and Walker. Second row, Paulson, Garrison, as we get ready to go back under the green flag. We'll see if Dees is able to get a good restart out of that 17, and he does. The 88 has a pretty good start too. He's going to try and drop down to the bottom. And he does. He cuts down in front of Derek Paulson, tries to kind of hold him still. Top 8 or 9 drivers already single file.
And I'm waiting for some massive moves out of at least 3 of those cars, Chris.
Yeah, there's going to be, I believe there's going to be some movement going around here. We'll see. We'll see. This time by, it's going to be, well, let's get him back on the front stretch. Let's do that. John Perkins working the inside of Terry Covidfoot Foster. He takes away a spot. And this time by, it's going to be 23 laps to go. The 6, Derek Paulson, being followed by Ty Morosco in the 1 car. Ty Morosco up to 4th spot.
And he just put down a blistering lap of a 31.08.
He's not the only one putting down fast laps right now.
Nope.
Tanner Meyer, John Perkins also putting down some pretty quick laps.
Ty Morosco now working on the inside of Derek Paulson to try to take over 3rd. Right now, Morosco has it, but Paulson not giving up on the outside lane right now. I love that paint job of Paulson. That thing is sweet looking.
Every time I look at it, I'm like, Valvoline? Nope. Ty Morosco launches himself into the 3rd spot, lets it float way out towards the wall. Carrying a lot of speed is the 1 car. Here comes the Butcher, trying to work his way around the teammate. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in the 10 car has moved himself into 4th position. He did get around Paulson. Ty Morosco with a bit of a blink there, checking in on your race leaders. It's the 17, Brian Dees and Jamie Walker. Dees able to hold a bit of a gap there, about 0.2 of a second. 2 car lengths between the 17 and the 88.
And then the 88 closes that right down.
The 88. He was looking.
Jamie's looking for his pit crew back, I think.
Both drivers running near identical lines. Now Walker pops it down to the inside. Walker going down the back stretch. Jamie Walker looking for the race lead. Brian D stuck on the outside, and Walker pastes himself to the white line. The 88 trying for the race lead. Not going to happen this time by about an inch. It was Brian D's, but now Walker heads into turn one. Jamie Walker, now your race leader. Here comes a couple of cars just to join the party. It's the 1, Ty Morosco, the 10, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, and they are right on the back bumpers of both of those front running cars. How wide can you make your car? We're going to find out right now with 17 laps to go. The Butcher and Ty Morosco were able to chase down your front runners. Now the 88 has a bit of a push from the 10. The 88 trying to get out front. Look at the 10 of the Butcher, goes way down low.
Almost 3 wide, Chris.
Jamie Walker. Oh, Jamie gets loose. Oh no! In front of the one car. Walker gets loose. Brian Dees takes over the lead, and we're going to caution. Oh my goodness. Walker tries to push it and tries to push it a little too hard.
The Butcher had a big blink when all that happened too, Chris.
Let's go back, take a look. Oh yeah, he's gone. And both of those cars end up on, well, in the infield. I don't think there's a ton of damage to both of those cars. Oh, the one maybe a little bit more. Looks like the hood may be crumpled up pretty good there. We can check it out. Inside the one car. Well, let's do this one again. This time out of the front of Jamie Walker, and you see he just got loose. And through the infield grass he goes.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. And of course, the 88 is going to be getting the EOL for the second time this year, this season.
Well, well, well. 15 laps to go. If you're just tuning in, want to thank you very much for tuning in to the Turn 3 Racing Network. It's been a good race. There's been a lot of leaders. And the guy we kind of thought was going to win just got loose. He's gone. Our top three right now, Brian D's in the 17, the 10 car of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, the 1 car of Ty Morosco. John Perkins having a great night. He's up 8 positions into 4th, and Eric Garrison rounds out the top 5. Derek Paulson runs in the 6th position. Ian Habiak in 7th. Tanner Marr getting it done here tonight. In his 19, he's running 8th spot, up 5 positions. Speaking of up 5 positions, how about Rick Thompson running in the 9th position? Brad Collins rounding out the top 10. Then it's Fred Thompson in the 46, the 86 of Terry Foster, the 55 of Corey Rutherford are your top 13. There are other drivers. I'm waiting for scoring to kind of fix itself. Well, this one not done yet, but we are getting ready to reset these cars.
What I'm interested in, Chris, is the 3 cars that are in the top 5 right now. I'm going to get interested and see what happens.
Well, why don't you go ahead and explain that, Rick? Because, with 13 laps to go, there's no changing it now.
Nope, no changing it now. So Taylor the Butcher Benjamin currently sitting in 2nd place, along with Ty Morosco and the 33 of John Perkins, who's in 4th. Those 3 drivers there have fresher tires than Brian Dees and Eric Garrison.
So with the exception of the 1 car, all those cars are also in pretty darn good shape. Ty Morosco's 1. The hood, I'm a little worried, may pop up. We'll have to keep an eye on that. I don't know that that's part of the damage model under speed to have that thing pop up, so maybe he's okay.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We have seen some hoods pop up there. I know Dalton Kilroy had his up with his incident there with Aaron Bach over a few laps ago. But yeah, under speed, who knows? It's going to be hard to say, so definitely going to keep our eye on the 1 in Morosco.
Fuel will not be an issue here tonight. Everybody has enough. Now it's going to be about speed. Brian Dees, your race leader, getting ready to hit the go pedal one more time. Pace car is on pit road. The 17 loud pedal engaged, and Ty Morosco following him through. Ty Morosco going to take over 2nd spot just like that. So even with a little damage, Morosco looking rather racy, although he is to the outside. That's going to let the 10 of the Butcher get back around, and here comes Garrison to the inside, the 1. That damage is definitely affecting him. John Perkins gets to the back bumper, drives it down to the inside. John Perkins looking to get around Ty Morosco. Here comes Ian Habiak. Aerodynamic damage on the cookie cutter will affect you. And Morosco is dropping back. Up front, it is the 17 of Brian D is just trying to hold on here, Rick. It's going to be 10 laps to go if he can make it to the line as the race leader.
Yeah, right now he has a good lead, Chris, but I don't know. The Butcher's starting to catch up to him, knocking off little by little. Eric Garrison sitting in 3rd. He might get under some pressure there by Derek Paulson. Look at John Perkins. Perkins on the inside of Paulson right now. And here comes Ian.
Ian Habiak trying to stick it in there. Habiak, he's been fast all night. He led some races, some laps early, and then fell back 1 lap. Now currently being scored in 6th spot, and he has got a machine.
Who's 3 wide, Chris?
3 wide on the front stretch, and the 33 is going to make it work. John Perkins. John Perkins heading into turn 1. Oh, the 86 gets into the 16. Foster gets into the 16, and then Tanner Barr goes underneath the 86 machine. Oh, man. 9 laps to go. We are going to have green laps to go still. Let's go back and take a peek at this one. It sets up with 3 wide. The 86 tries to get underneath the 16 and no go. And Foster went for a ride. Slight contact there out of the 86 and then had to put the gas down. Little contact with his teammate, the 44, at the end of that one.
And we have a new race leader through all that, Chris. Taylor Butcher Benjamin was able to get around the 17 of these.
Oh, we're not done yet. It's going to be the Butcher, Dees, Perkins. Your top 3 when we get going once again here at about lap number 4, I believe. I want to go ahead and thank everybody once again for tuning in to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight we're watching the Blazing Pedals TRJKarting.com K-N series, and it has been nothing short of spectacular. I believe we're working caution number 4 due to incidents on track. Caution number 6 all around.
That is correct, Chris. Caution number 4 here tonight. And it looks like the 16, unfortunately, going to get the EOL.
Oh boy. So Ian gonna have to start his march all over again. What did I say earlier? I said I blame everything on Terry Foster, and this one's no exception.
Foster was holding his line, though.
You know what? I don't care. I'm still blaming
Foster's
Terry.
fault.
Yep. If he has a problem with it, he can talk to me in the booth after the race.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if he was up here in the booth with us, Chris, that caution wouldn't have came out.
That's true.
And we would have had winners already.
Yeah, we would be done. It's all Terry's fault. In all seriousness, it is good to have him back out on track. Hopefully, not too much discomfort, as he does have a problem with one of his feet that has taken him out of racing for the last, oh gosh, Rick, how long has it been? 8 weeks?
8 weeks, yeah. But we'll see. I mean, we knew that he was thinking about returning for Talladega, so you know, maybe this will change it. But hopefully, I mean, he's done good so far here tonight. Hopefully, he's not in too much discomfort, Chris. We missed him up here in the booth, but as the painter of his car, I'm happy to see it back out there on track again. It's still gonna pay some bills. I mean, he hasn't paid it off. He keeps wrecking it, and the tab keeps getting higher and higher.
Paint isn't free. Oh, speaking of paint, Rick, tomorrow night, I'm gonna need your help.
Oh boy.
Well, this one is going to get interesting, as most of the field is lined up 2x2. It looks like the Butcher may be taking the outside. It is leader's choice here at Blazing Pedals, and it is looking like the Butcher is going to take the outside. That would give him his teammate right behind him.
Butcher having some blinking issues. Hopefully that calms down here as we get ready to go green flag racing, I believe, next time by, Chris. Butcher been blinking on and off here tonight. Lights are off on the pace car, so we are going green next time by. It'll be with 4 laps left to go.
Yeah, a little less than a mile and a half away, and I'll be darned, I was right. I called 4. I get lucky once in a while.
Hey, even a broken clock is right twice a day.
You got it. It's going to be a 4-lap shootout, and there is emphasis on the word shootout, as these guys want to go. There are some top 12 drivers in points in this race that want to secure themselves into the top 8, Rick. Just 2 more races to go after tonight before we get there.
Yeah, and I mean, as you know, Chris, I mean, 3 races, you know, in each stage, and this one here is going to be in the books here shortly. And then, like you said, 2 more races to get locked into that chase to 8, have a good race. I mean, there's a few drivers there in that top 12 that are not having the night that they wanted, but hey, it's the first of 3. They got plenty of time, 2 more weeks, get themselves locked in.
Pace car drops down. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin drops the hammer. The 33 looking to try and go through the sucker hole. Couldn't quite get there. Oh, the 17 did not get the right restart that he was looking for. D's a little bit slow. John Perkins moves up to the outside. Eric Garrison moving down to the inside. Garrison working that inside lane very well. Top two drivers have kind of started to pull away. Their teammates, the Butcher and Derek Paulson, then Brian Dees and John Perkins. It's a battle for fifth spot, as Eric Garrison and Rick Thompson battling side by side. Heading into turn one, it looks like Garrison going to take that line away. And back up front, 3 laps to go. John Perkins trying to get around the 17 car of Brian Dees. Dees fighting hard on the inside. The 33 picks up a ton of momentum on that outside lane. Across the line this time with 2 laps to go, it is John Perkins. While they were racing, your race leader kind of got, well, some severe advantage there as he is almost a second ahead of third place. Derek Paulson just 0.3 of a second behind and lagging just a little bit. This time by the 10 car going to take the white flag. 1 lap to go. 1.5 miles for Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Butcher puts it down into turns 1 and 2, gluing it to that white line. Comes back out onto the back stretch, setting himself up for turn number 3. This is the final set of corners for the Butcher here tonight. And our race winner, even with the blinking, it's going to be the 10 car of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Derek Paulson, John Perkins, your top 3. Brian Dees, Rick Thompson round out the top 5. Eric Garrison slipped up a little bit, went back to 6th spot. Brad Collins, Jamie Walker, Corey Rutherford, and Corey Sherman, your top 10. Then it's Terry Foster, Fred Thompson, Ty Morosco, Tanner Marr, and Ian Habiak, your top 15. Aaron Bach over Casey Campbell, Josh Rutherford, Don Kilrow, and Nick Okie to round out the field. The 10 car burning it down, well deserved. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be back in just a couple of moments. Please stand by for those post-race interviews, as we will be right back. Oh, Thursday. Back live with our top 3 drivers, and let's kick this off. Third place tonight, it is the driver of the number 33. It is John Perkins. John, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. I'm here. Go ahead.
Well, buddy, here we are again talking to you after another race. This one's got to feel good. This one's a 3rd spot. Looking good out there in Vegas. How did it feel?
It felt great. It felt really good, man. I was those last 2 restarts. I thought I was going to have a really good shot, but I was just in the wrong line at that given time. The cars ahead of me didn't get as good as a restart as I'd like to have, but because I knew I had fresher tires than these guys ahead of me by about 10 or 12 laps. But I'm tickled to death. I'll take a podium.
Yeah, what a job you did tonight, man. Another top 3 finish for you, and obviously. Thanks that goes out to the boss for letting you out here on a Sunday night once again.
Yeah, that's great. I hope he was watching, so it feels really good.
Well, John,
I can tell you one fan has been watching. Mark is going to be getting you an all subs burrito for coming in 3rd.
You guys need to get one of those. If I can figure out a way to ship them to you, keep them fresh.
It sounds good, bud. Who else on that 33 that you have to thank tonight?
Well, if I'd like to thank my team, Speed Mafia. Of course, I'd like to thank my boss at work, and I'd like to thank Championship Barbecue for letting me run their sponsor logo this year. And you guys, of course, for always putting on a good broadcast, and TJ Karting for letting us do all this and selling us the gloves we need to wear. And I'm just tickled to death.
It's pretty awesome, bud. Congratulations on a third place finish tonight. Look forward to seeing you next week out there in the Dodge.
Yes, sir. I'll be there. Thank you.
John Perkins, driver of the number 33, bringing it home in third spot tonight. And Rick, I believe you caught up with our second place finisher who, well, I guess he must have forgot to stay in his car because I don't see him out there.
Yeah, Derek Paulson, driver of the number 6 MF Designs car. Congratulations, moving up 9 positions from the start of this thing to take second place, man. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Well, I couldn't get a good hot lap in. I decided to switch over to VR again, so it took me a few laps to get used to that, and didn't start where I wanted, but I knew long race speed I'd be okay, and just move towards the front slowly. You got to take your time here, otherwise you burn your tires all the way off. But all in all, it was a pretty good race. I was on old tires at the end there, so I did not have a prayer, and I didn't think I had a top 5 car with those old tires, but I'll take a second.
Well, listen, yeah, I mean, you did a heck of a job, though, man. And let me tell you, your car, we talked about it a little bit. Of course, Mikkel's out there in chat rooting you on there, and what a beautiful car. Hopefully we're going to see that again, because that is one of the best ones I've seen in a long time. Great job on running that, man, and coming in second. Anybody on that 6 that you'd like to thank?
Yep, I got to thank MF Designs for painting me a new car this week. I do got to thank Nick and let's see here, Tanner for being in the radio tonight with me. This week kind of parted ways with Dr. Squatch Racing, so kind of starting something new, and it was a pretty good ending for us for the first week. And I got to thank you guys up in the booth. Got to thank TRJ Karting. And I got to thank the admins, and that'll be it.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Next week we head to Talladega. How do you feel about that?
Oh,
it's Dega, baby.
You saw what happened at Daytona a few weeks ago.
I did.
I hope it's not like that. I hope we put on a good show for you guys.
All right, brother. Hey, listen, congratulations coming in second. Bring that momentum next week, and congrats on the new teammates and the beautiful paint scheme.
Yep, thank you.
Derek Paulson, no longer a member of Top Flight Racing, but bringing it home in second spot nonetheless. And a heck of a ride out of him and his number 6. And that leaves us with just one more person to talk to. It is Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. He is a part of that Top Flight Racing team, and he drives that number 10 tonight. Drove it right up to victory lane. Taylor, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Well, buddy, it took you a little while to kind of take that lead over, and you had some guys with some fresher tires behind you, but nonetheless, here we are talking to you, the race winner. What did it take for you to win tonight?
Well, it just took basically keeping the car clean and out of trouble. And although I did get burnt by that one caution having to take the wave around, but the caution for when Dalton got turned around, that kind of put me in a position, because I think some guys might have had no more sets left, and I did have one left, and I chose to do it right then. So luckily I was able to make the most of it. I mean, you know how this game goes. I mean, especially here at Vegas, because you got to gamble here sometimes as far as what to do with the tires. And luckily was able to pull it out tonight. It was a great run for Derek as well. And I know technically we're not on the same team no more, but I mean, definitely still a great competitor and great guy to talk to, and certainly glad to see him run well. And Talladega next week, don't have to worry about it as much as I would have had to otherwise.
Well, the last time we were at Talladega, you didn't seem to worry about it too much, if I recall.
Yeah, I got lucky on the last lap with most of the field crashing behind me, but either way, it's going to be a lot of fun. And luckily, be able to go there relatively pressure free and just kind of go for a win. And especially since next Sunday is my birthday, so I'm gonna be extra fun.
Well, that ought to be great, bud. And well, happy pre-birthday, and I'll make sure to shout it out to you next week. Who do you have on that number 10, Taylor, that you need to thank?
Well, thanks to Dalton. We were in the same channel tonight in Top Flight, and it's too bad to see his race get kind of messed up. He went with a different strategy and ended up 2 laps down with that caution, and then sounded like he and Aaron got together. But and definitely shout out to Mark and Sam and also Jason Powell, because he had a role in putting together this setup as well. It just drove fantastic in my opinion. And shout out to you guys doing the race on turn 3, and shout out to the viewers on Ride Network, Outdoor Network. Thanks to DRJkarting.com for what they do for the league and all the hard work they put in, and also thanks to my viewers on Twitch at Taylor BB95.
All right, bud. Well, once again, congratulations on the race win. Well deserved for the number 10 here tonight. It is Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up another night, the first night of the round of 12 next week. Don't you dare miss it, because it is Talladega. And with that, Rick, I know you're excited. I know I'm excited for Dega. Let's face it, it's the fastest track that we're going to go to. And, well, last time, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin won it. This time, he doesn't quite have the pressure that he had last time.
Oh, but I got to remind all the drivers 2 things. 1, shake and bake. And 2, if you ain't first, you're last.
True enough. And with that, we're going to call it an evening here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you very much for coming on out, and we will see you again next time.